In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to solve multi-step equations. So this means equations that take more than 2 steps to solve. So when we solve multi-step equations, these are the 3 steps that we're going to kind of follow when we solve. So step 1 is going to be to distribute if needed. So if we need to distribute, that will happen in our first step. Then in step 2, we'll combine like terms on each side. So that means on the left side of the equal sign, if we have any like terms, we'll combine them. And then if there's anything like terms on the right side of the equal sign, we will combine those. So this will be dealing separately with each side of the equal sign. Then our last step will be to follow SADMEP to solve the remaining 2-step equation. So once we do those first 2 steps, we will be left with a 2-step equation like we've dealt with before, and we'll follow SADMEP to solve. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some examples of multi-step equations. This first problem is 2 times the quantity 5x plus 7 equals 34. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to distribute in this problem. Remember, anytime you have a number outside a set of parentheses, that number has to be multiplied times everything inside the parentheses. That's what distributing means. So this 2, we're going to distribute that to the 5x. So 2 times 5x, well, we just multiply our coefficient. So 2 times 5 is 10. And we keep that x with it. So 2 times 5x is 10x. And then we also have to distribute and multiply this 2 times 7. So plus 2 times 7, which is 14. And then over here on the right side, we still have this equals 34. So 10x plus 14 equals 34. Our next step is to combine like terms on each side of the equal sign. If you look on the left side, we have 10x and 14. Since those are not like terms, we don't have anything to combine. On the right side, we just have 34. So again, there aren't any like terms to combine. We can go ahead and follow SADMEP. So we're going to first get rid of any addition or subtraction that's happening to the variable. So here, 14 is being added. So to cancel that, we are going to subtract 14, and anything we do on one side, we have to do on the other. And again, if you like to draw your line down the middle to keep you organized, go ahead and do that. So we're subtracting 14 on both sides. On the left, I can go ahead and bring down my 10x, and 14 minus 14 is 0, so that cancels out. So I have 10x equals, on the right side, 34 minus 14 is 20. So I have 10x equals 20. My last step here is to cancel the multiplication. So 10 is being multiplied by x. To cancel multiplication, we have to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 10. Over here, 10 divided by 10 cancels, so I just have that 1x equals 20 divided by 10, which is 2. So my solution here is x equals 2. All right, let's take a look at another one. So this is another type of multi-step equation. We have 12 equals 5x minus 13x minus 44. So step 1 is to distribute if needed. When we look at this problem, we do not have any parentheses, and that means that we will not need to distribute. So we get to skip that first step. And our next step is to combine like terms on each side of the equation. Well, on the left, we just have 12, so there's nothing to combine there. We can go ahead and bring down 12 equals. On the right side, I have 5x minus 13x minus 44. 5x and 13x, those are like terms because they have the same variables and exponents. So we can go ahead and we can combine those. So I have a positive 5x minus 13x. So when I combine those, 5 minus 13 is negative 8x. So these combined to give me negative 8x, and I still have this minus 44, so that needs to be brought along here into the next step. So after combining like terms, my equation is 12 equals negative 8x minus 44. I'm gonna go ahead and draw in my line if that helps you. And now I have a 2-step equation to solve. So I'm following SADMEP. My first step will be to cancel out this subtraction. So the opposite of subtracting 44 would be to add 44. So when I add 44 on both sides, on the left side, 12 plus 44 is going to be 56. So I have 56 equals, I still have to bring along this negative 8x, but minus 44 plus 44 cancels, and so that is canceled out of the problem. I just have negative 8x left on the right side. Okay, my next step, since x is being multiplied by negative 8, is that I need to cancel that multiplication by dividing. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 8. On the right side, those cancel, and I just have x. On the left side, 56 divided by negative 8 is negative 7. So we can kind of rewrite that over here. Our answer is x equals negative 7. So that would be our solution here in this second problem. All right, we are going to try one more, and this is going to be as tricky as they get for today. This problem is 3x plus 2 times 5x minus 3 equals 7. So remember, our first step is always to distribute if we can, and we do have parentheses, so we need to distribute in this problem. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring down my 3x from right here. I'm just going to bring that down because that is not getting distributed. It's this 2 that's being distributed. So when I multiply that, 2 times 5x is going to give me plus 10x, and then I have 2 times minus 3. That's going to give me minus 6. Okay, and then I still have equals 7. All right, my next step is going to be combine like terms on each side of the equation. On the left side, 3x and 10x are like terms, so I can go ahead and combine those. Those are just being added since we have the plus sign there. So 3x plus 10x is 13x. So 13x minus 6 equals 7. And again, if your line helps you, you can keep drawing it in. And we are ready to follow SADMEP. So I'm going to cancel my subtraction here by adding. So since 6 is being subtracted, we have to add 6 on both sides. On the left side, negative 6 plus 6 cancels. So I have 13x equals, here 7 plus 6 is 13. My last step is I need to divide to cancel my multiplication. Since x is being multiplied by 13, the opposite of that is dividing by 13. So to cancel that multiplication, we are dividing. On the left, it cancels, and I just have x equals, and on the right, 13 divided by 13 is 1. So our answer here is x equals 1. All right, that is all on examples for today. Here's a problem for you guys to try tonight. So this says 9 minus 4 times the quantity 2x minus 1 equals 45. I'm going to warn you to be careful when you're distributing here. This minus sign in front of the 4 has to stick with it. So when you multiply this 4, make sure that you're really multiplying negative 4 times everything inside. So go ahead and try this problem. If you're not able to finish solving it, that is totally okay. Just make sure that you ask a question at the end of your notes so that you can get some help in class tomorrow.